market. My year-end target's been 3,100 all year, so we're getting close. And then next year I'm talking about 3,500, so it's going in the right direction relative to that forecast. And I think it is because the market's come to the conclusion that you don't want to fight the Fed. The Fed's lowered interest rates twice this year, and we'll probably do it again at the end of this month. And I agree with all the comments that were made about the other central banks. Don't fight the other central banks either. The ECB is going to be buying $20 billion a year in euros of bonds with no end date at this point. And then don't fight the Trump administration. Election is coming up, and the president wants to win, and he's clearly made it very clear that he wants the stock market to go up and not down, and he's got some influence over that with regards to negotiating with the Chinese. Now we're talking about phase one, so we're not even getting a complete deal, and the market likes that.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. The Fed, I mean, next week, what happens if the Fed cuts? I think that's conventional wisdom, that's likely to happen. But what happens if they give language that leads you to believe that they pause? Is the market okay with that?
Yeah, I think so. I think the market's figured out that the Fed's no smarter than the rest of us at figuring out what the fundamentals are going to be doing and what they're going to be doing next. I mean, it was what, the end of last year, they're talking about 4 rate hikes this year. Then they paused, and then here we got two rate cuts. So, I think there's a comfortable feeling out there that the global economy is not in a recession, even though it's growing very slowly. And it does look like we may be seeing a turn here. I think German auto production, for example, probably is bottoming out. I think that some of these PMIs, we've seen the regional business surveys suggesting that our PMI could start to look better in the next month or two. So the fundamentals could look better. So I think the market's doing what it's always done, and it's discounting the future, and the future's looking better.
So PMI is bottoming, good enough to buy. You don't need to see a turnaround. Then it might be too late. Is that what you're saying?
That's been my view for a while. So, I mean, here we are on the verge of a record high, so I think it's got more upside, yes.
Yeah. Ed, we appreciate your time. Thanks for calling in.